Okay, our topic for today is on EKG analysis. Okay? So now, after you do your EKG, that means after you print out your EKG, then you have your record or your printout, okay? So you need to know some two most important things in that. 2 to 3. One is, okay, you need to check whether your EKG strip, okay, is well done or not. Okay? How do you check that? One is you have to check for artifacts. Artifacts. Okay? And the second thing is you need to check if they need what was called lead reversal. So we will talk some important things on this and we'll pass it, okay? So artifacts, we have mainly 4 kinds of artifacts. That means artifacts are basically the tracing, it doesn't come from the heart, okay, when you have artifacts. So artifacts are coming from where? From some other things from outside. Yeah? Can you, okay, let me give you some form. One is what we call wandering baseline. Wandering baseline. What will happen in wandering baseline? When, let's say, you don't put your electrodes properly, and when the electrodes are what? Loose. Yeah, okay? Then you can have wandering baseline. It means the baseline is coming up and down, okay? It's coming like this. So it's coming, okay, up and down, up and down, up and down. Okay? That's called wandering baseline. So that is one of the artifacts. So the second one is uninterrupted. Interrupted baseline. It means, you see, the tracing is usually what? Continuous, yes? But in case of interrupted, it's about what? It's breaking. It's interrupted. Let's say, for example, it's doing, okay, like this, and it breaks, and then again it starts like this. Okay? It means it's not what? It's not like continuous, it's breaking here. That's called interrupted. Okay, the third one is what we call somatic. Somatic artifact. Somatic is usually caused because of movement. Okay? Movement. Movement, it can be because of what? It can be because of shivering, when someone is what? Cold. And it can be because of seizures. It can be because of Parkinson's, if someone has Parkinson's. In case of Parkinson's, what you do will be, you put the hands, just you have to tell the patient to hold the blood so that you see it will be stable. And another one is respiration or breathing. Sometimes fast and irregular breathing can lead to somatic artifacts. Okay? And the last one is what we call AC interference. AC interference. Usually this one is when you have some electrical equipments that are plugged in the walls, it can interfere with the machine, okay? So that's called AC, or AC means alternating current, okay? So in that case, an important example is what? Cell phone. So always we need to take the patient what, if they have cell phone or not, okay?
Belts.
So,
Belts.
And yes, belts, okay, metal. And another one is IV pump. Okay, IV pump. IV pump is, it is like a machine especially, okay, where an IV is being pumped. And okay. So all these 4 are what we call artifacts: wandering baseline, interrupted baseline, somatic, and AC interference. Okay, the first time you see your EKG, that's what you need to notice. Is there any artifact? Okay, if there is really an artifact that interferes with the reading, so it's difficult to interpret the reading. Okay. Another thing that you need to check will be lead reversal.
Say that again.
Okay, lead reversal. It means, okay, you will get like 12 leads on your paper. How many leads do you get? 12. Yes, I will discuss later. Okay. So how many leads?
12.
12. It is lead 1, lead 2, lead 3, AVR, AVL, AVF, then V1, V2, V3, V4, V5, V6. Marjorie, can you check? Can you check? Okay? These are the 12 leads. Okay, these are the 12 leads, okay? Okay? Now, always lead 1 and lead 2, they should face what? Up, okay?
What are they called?
Leads, lead here, L-E-A-D. But ABR should always be facing what?
Down.
Down. Okay? That is in normal cases, okay? You see, like this here, for example, ABR here is down, you see, 1 and 2 are up. But if your EKG shows what? This one down and this one like up, we call it as there is a lead reversal. It means you reverse the leads here, right arm to left arm, or right leg to left leg.
So you put them in the wrong spot.
Yes, okay. Sometimes you can do that. So that's for the reversal. So in that case, you need to check and adjust that one. So these are the two main things that you need to see when you have what? Pelvic category tracing. Okay? Now, after you do your artifact, you go for what? For analysis. Analysis. That's what we need to see today. And the third one, you go for what? For interpretation. So, it's good to know some basic kinds of interpretation. If not today, maybe we can discuss next time on interpretation, okay? So that you know like some basic kinds of interpretation, especially if you are working wholly or solely in EKG units, cardiac units, really in telemetry units, for example, you need to know all these interpretations. Okay, now let's go to analysis. Okay. On analysis, I will list for you important analysis really that you need to do here in this class. Okay? So what are they? One is rhythm. 2 is rate. 3 is P-wave. 4 is QRS. And 5 is PR interval. And G6 is QT interval. So these are some of the 5. From 1 to 5 are very important. QT canali. These are what we call the steps of EKG analysis. These are the steps, okay? Steps of EKG analysis.
Do you know what the name of the bus stop is? Can you Google it? What's the name of the bus stop is? So when you switch. On the picture it's
like this, Dr. T.
Okay. Okay. Now let's go to the rhythm. Okay? What do you mean by rhythm? So rhythm means, okay, the interval or the pacing or the spacing, how the waves are coming. Okay? So first, when you see an EKG strip, what do you need to see? Okay? You need to see 3 things, 3 most important things that you see in 3 things you see on your strip. Okay? 1 is what? Waves. 2 is intervals. And 3 segments.
Those are the steps of the, those are the types of rhythm? Yes.
These are the 3 things that you see on your strip. That means when you have your strip, there are 3 things on the strip. Okay? What are they? These are waves, intervals, and segments. Okay. Now let's see here. If we see here, can you see the waves? What we mean by waves? They go up and down from the zero line. Okay. So on the waves, you have a zero line. From the zero line, it goes either up or down. If you take this one, so for example, this is going what? Up or down? Up. This is going what? Down. This one? This one? This one? Up. These are called waves. So this line, where it's going like up and down, when it starts like up and down, is called the zero line. It's called the zero line. Or the other name is isoelectric line. Okay? It's called isoelectric.
The line is called ISO.
Yes, isoelectric line. That is the line where it is zero. There is no any change. There is no any deflection. Okay? When it's going like up, it's called upward deflection. The one that's going up is called upward or positive. The one that's going down is called downward or negative. Or negative deflections.
So the whole line itself is a zero line isoelectric line?
Yes, isoelectric line. Those that go up and down, they are what? They are either upward or positive, or negative or downward deflections.
So if it goes down, it's negative, and it goes up, positive?
Yes. So now the waves, we have what? P wave here. So this is Q wave, this is R, this is S, this is T. So Eindhoven, the first one who gave these things, he gave like 5 waves. What are they? P, Q, R, S, T. Sometimes we have U wave. So we have 5 waves. So if you go here, if you go and see it here, you have P wave here, can you see? And you have Q here, you have R, you have S, you have T here. Okay? So you have how many waves? 5. U wave is not always found, it's like occasionally found in some conditions.
The next one you've done, you know.
Okay?
It's 5 waves.
Yes.
He says.
Okay. Intervals. Let's go to the intervals. What do you mean by intervals? Intervals is segments.
Intervals like types of sections of the line, like the sections of the line.
Okay, now let's take here like this, yes? So this one is P, this one is Q, this is R, this is S, this is T. Yes? So these are what? The waves. Okay?
Yeah.
Now those lines that connect the waves, they are called segments. So we have, for example, how many do we have here? Can you see this one?
One,
This is a segment, okay? So, and this one is here, what?
a second.
A segment. So the lines that connect those waves is called what? A segment. So now we have this one is what? A PQ segment. This is called PR segment.
Because it's in between P and R.
Yes, because R is here, so we call it PR segment. And this is called ST segment. So these are the segments that we have. So how many waves do we have? 5. P, Q, R, S, T. How many segments do we have? PR and ST segment.
What happened with the Q?
Huh?
You went PR
Yeah. we
segment. What happened with the Q?
Because we are Americans, we say PR interval, PR segment and PR interval. If you go to Britain, if you go to Britain, it's called PQ.
That
Okay?
makes sense.
To call it PQ.
Yeah.
I mean, it was closer than the PR.
Huh? So PR, American R. Q, the Queen. PQ. PR.
You said because we are Americans.
Yeah,
It
that's
doesn't-
the designation in America is PR. US uses PR.
Okay.
Britain uses PQ. Okay? This is a matter of. So this is called segments. Now intervals means intervals means the waves plus segments. You see? The segment, you see, you have the wave here, yes? And the segment together is called an interval. Okay, so you have here the PR, the P1 wave, where you have what? The PR segment. So the P wave and the PR segment together is called the PR interval.
What's it again?
Waves and segments are intervals.
Okay, waves and segments are intervals. They give you, so you have P wave, PR what? Segment, it will give you PR interval. Now here you have ST segment and you have T wave, it will give you ST interval. Now you have Q wave here, R, S, and this one and this together from here to here is QT interval.
Oh, okay.
And we have this one Q up to S is called QRS complex. We call it as QRS complex. So we have actually how many intervals? We have PR intervals. We have QRS complex. We have the ST interval. This one is the naming, a little bit different name. ST interval, and we have the QT interval. Okay? So that is when you see here, okay, that's what you see. You see waves, you see segments, you see what? Intervals. Okay?
All right, now, okay, let's get back this PR interval.
Okay, we will come. We have it here. We'll come. Okay, everything I will discuss.
Okay.
So that the recording continues. Okay, now let's go to rhythm. Now, when we say rhythm, rhythm means you see the spacing or okay, that is in between of the. It's going like this, yes? It's going like this. So, now we know that now we have P, Q, R, S, T, P, Q, R, S, T, P, Q, R, S, T. Continue like this. Okay? Now, we take the gap, the distance, okay, the gap between this, and we take between this and this. Okay? Okay? What is that? Do they have the same interval, the same pacing?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if it is not, then we call it irregular. If they have the same, we call it irregular. So in this case, we usually check two rhythms. One is RR, between R and R. The other is PP. Okay? So that's between P and P. Can you see P? P, between this and P, between this P and this P, this and then the next P. Okay? So we have two kinds of what? Rhythms, RR and PP. What does RR show? RR shows the ventricular rhythm. Ventricular rhythm. It means when the ventricles get the impulse, electrical impulse, the first one gets the impulse and then the next one gets the impulse. That distance or that gap is RR. Okay, the first impulse, then the next impulse. Okay, so this is called RR rhythm. The next one is, this is for atria. So we call this one is as ventricular rhythm. And this one as atrial rhythm. So basically we have these two rhythms, atrial and ventricular. Okay, that is when the atria, you see, if you see the heart, we have the if you see the heart here, yeah, we have these two things. We have what the atria are here on top, and the ventricles are where? At the bottom. Okay, so okay, then what we have is okay. So we have the atria here, we have the ventricles here. Okay, atria, ventricle, atria, ventricle. Okay. So okay, when the atria get the impulse, the electrical impulse. Okay, I mean I will a little bit later I will brief for you. From SA node, here is the SA node where the electrical impulse originates, or that is also called the pacemaker, where the electrical impulse what originates. It's called the pacemaker. It's called SA node. Okay. Then this from an impulse from SA node goes to the left atria, okay, so that the left atria gets the impulse. This is called Bachmann's bundle. Bachmann's bundle. And from this SA node there are three bundles that connect with the AV node. So that is the next. Okay, the next. This is called AV node. It's called AV node. So there are three bundles. Can you see? These are called internodal fibers because they connect the two nodes. SA node. Can you say it with me? SA node.
SA node.
That is what?
The pacemaker.
The pacemaker. Then the next is what?
The intern.
AV node.
You know,
AV node. So from SA node it goes where? So AV node is basically it's a relay where the impulse is transmitted to the ventricles. Okay, so it means from SA node it goes to the AV node, and the AV node will what? Release the impulse to the ventricles through what is next called bundle of His. The next one is bundle of His. There is a small fiber, and then from here it goes to right and left bundle branch, which is called right bundle branch and left bundle branch. And then from this there are other small fibers which are called Purkinje fibers. Purkinje fibers. Okay, where these Purkinje fibers they get that, okay, and the ventricles will get that impulse from the Purkinje, and now the ventricles they get all the impulse. Yes, and what do? They contract. Yes. Yes, if you are paid, you do the job. Yes, the same. If the ventricles they get the impulse, they will do the job. They contract. So these are the electrical, okay, pathways where the impulse is being passing through the. So basically, what we see on the EKG is about these stuff here, about these electrical events that's going on here. So from SA node it goes to right and left atria. First the atria contracts, then it passes to the AV node, then bundle of His, right and left bundle branch, Purkinje fibers. Okay? So with this we determine the rhythm. Okay, RR, ventricular rhythm, PP, atrial rhythm. So if the ventricular rhythm is what? Regular, then we call it regular. If it is irregular, then we call it irregular. So we say, so it can be regular or irregular. So this one also regular or irregular. Okay? So how do you check it? If you give me one of you, how do you check it? It means just get a small like card here and mark the gap between, always do the second lead, okay, when you interpret. So from here to here and then check all over if that is what? The same or
The
what?
same.
If it is the same, that's what? Regular. If it's not the same, that's what?
Regular.
Irregular. Okay? Now once you determine, so the first thing you need to do is rhythm, because the way you do the rest depends on the rhythm. Okay? So if your rhythm is what? Regular. If your rhythm is regular, if your rhythm is regular, then you do what we call 1500 method. Okay, if your rhythm is irregular, you do what we call 6-second method. Okay? What do you mean by 1500 method? You take, now again, let's say you take the R and R. Okay? Can you see the little squares between R and R? You count those little squares.
Yeah.
And then divide it by what?
So
1500.
first we divide.
Huh?
First we divide.
Yes, 1500. Let's say if you got 20 little boxes, okay, 20 little boxes, what do you do? 1500 divided by 20, which means you get 75.
And then
Which that will be your heart rate.
that's fine.
Okay? That's for 6-second method. So that you do it if it is regular here. 1500 divided by, it can be 15, it can be 30, it can be 20, depends on your count, okay? And irregular, when it's irregular, you do 6-second method. What does it mean? You take a 6-second strip on this. How do you take it? Can you see in our strip here? Can you see there are little marks here? Can you see?
Inside of the boxes.
The line.
Can you see these lines?
Yeah,
They
I
are
can see.
1 second each.
She can't see it.
1 second.
Yes.
Okay.
Can you
The ones
see
at
here?
the top.
This is 1 second from here to here.
Oh, okay.
This 1 second. So what you do, you count 6 seconds. From here, count 6 seconds. That means 1 second, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means from here to here is what? 6 seconds. Okay? Count anywhere 6 seconds. Okay? Okay? Don't go from here outside, but start inside anywhere 6 seconds. Then, how many R waves do you have between these? Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
You should
6.
count how many R waves.
Yes, R waves. How many do I have?
6.
6. So what do I do now? I multiply 6 by
6.
10,
60.
16. So the heart rate will be, can you see? What's this number here? What's this number?
60 BPS.
16. You see, you get exactly 16. Okay? So 6 times 10 will be 16. Okay? That is how you determine the rate. If it's regular, 1500, count the little boxes, divide by 1500.
Only if it's regular.
Yes. If it is irregular,
Do the 6.
count within the 6-second method, count how many what?
20.
Yeah.
Little boxes.
That was
How many, yeah, and how many of the R waves you have.
Okay.
How did you get the, when you did regular, 1500 method?
Yeah,
Where
it's
did you
given.
get the 20 from?
Yeah, those are the little boxes.
There's little boxes inside it.
Between the.
Yeah.
I hadn't even got that far yet. I'm just trying to get grasp the whole thing, period. Little boxes. Yeah.
Yeah, so like you count those like to our wave to our wave.
Okay, Julie, wait.
It's to our wave to our wave.
Yes, R to R. Okay, then go for P wave. So we say P wave is this one, yes? So P wave, it should always be, a normal P wave is round, it's round, symmetrical. It should be round like this, symmetrical, like this and this side is the same. And it should be upward. And there should be one P wave for each QR raise. That means wherever there is P wave, there should be QR raise. If there is missing P wave for each QR raise, then it's abnormal. So these are the 4 parameters that you see for a normal P wave. Got it? Normal P wave means what? It should be upward, should be round, this and this face the same, symmetrical. And then there should be one P wave for each QR raise. They are coupled. Okay? Then you go to QR raise. QR raise means this one here. It means from the beginning of Q to the end of S. Can you see this gap here? And then count the little boxes. How many little boxes do you have? You can have like one box here, two box. How many do you have, for example? Huh?
I have two.
Two. So she has two boxes. Count the number of boxes. Number of little boxes. And what do you do?
De la Q a la R.
So because each little box is how many seconds?
0.4.
0.04 second. Okay.
Right.
So you multiply those little boxes by 0.04. Okay. Let's say you count how many? 2 pound multiplied by 0.04 and you'll get 0.08. The normal will be, the normal is 0.04 to 0.1 second will be the normal. So any of your values should be in this value. If it's in this value, then you have a normal QRS. I put it for you on the paper. Okay, that is called QRS. Between this and this. Then we have PR interval. So PR interval means, you know, that is from the beginning of P, beginning of P to what? Beginning of Q. I know the name says here. Okay, this gap. This is PR interval.
Beginning of the Q.
So beginning of P to beginning of Q.
Yeah.
Okay, so how many little boxes do you have? So count the little boxes, Beginning of what? P to beginning of Q. And multiply these boxes by 0.04 because each little box is again how many seconds? 0.04 seconds. So how many boxes do you have?
3.
3. Yes, that goes. So you multiply 3 by 0.04 and this will be 0.12. The normal will be what? The normal is how much? 0.12 to 0.20.
Yeah.
Okay, the normal is 0.12.
All the normal.
Yeah, 0.12 to 0.20 will be normal. So any value you have between this is normal value. Then the last will be QT interval. So QT means from the beginning of Q to the end of T is like a long distance. Okay, one of the longest intervals is QT. So count the little boxes between Q and T and multiply by what? Again by 0.0. So all of these values, QRS, PR interval, and QT, you multiply by 0.04. Okay?
Which
So,
one's the beginning of T?
Huh?
Where does T starts?
no, it's QT. So it starts from beginning of Q,
Uh-huh.
it ends at end of T.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay? So what you do will be beginning of what? Q to end of
T.
T and multiplied by 0.04. Okay? And after this, you can correct the key. There is what's called QTC. Okay, QTC. We call it QTC correction. Q. After you get QT, you can use a formula online. Or there is also a formula with hand formula, but that's a little bit difficult. You need to use a square root and so on. So this is called Bazet's QTC interval. Bazet is the person who devised this formula. So you need to go online and find QTC interval calculator, or if you go to Bazet's QTC interval calculator, you'll get that calculator and you put your values there. Well, which values do you put? You put the heart rate and you put the RR interval and you put the QT interval that you got, and then you will get the QTC or the corrected. So this is the corrected body.
R meaning, the.
RR means, yes, that
The
R
rhythm.
from R to R. Okay. So this is what we call EKG analysis in short. So I think when you practice it, then you will really learn, because you are doing it 10 EKGs. Then when you do more practice, you learn each time how to get that. Okay?
Stop it.
Okay, yeah, thank you.